Good morning, world. Day 4 of the practice. I just wanted to kind of reintroduce the practice and, state the wellness behind it and kind of promote that, you can be as young as like one and change, like my niece when, I was doing my practice back home and I see her and she was kind of, doing her little, I guess, practice and kind of, imitation of, I guess, what I was doing, kind of on that processes. But again, being able to understand that, and I think she showed some really good cognitions towards that at such a young age. I mean, just kids in general, they blow my mind, and they are the future. Again, and even as old as, like, I mean, I know me, I'm gonna be doing this in my practice kind of, till the wheels fall off, right? And kind of growing up, I see my pops, great inspiration. What up, pops? Love you, man. You the man. Yeah, it was just like, I see him. He does his thing, like, since I was young, seeing that, and still now seeing that, he's like 60 plus, and kind of seeing it, knowing that, this body wellness kind of thing, and I can see him, do that, and he has his own little practice, and does his little stretches, has his little, you know, routines on things, which is awesome because I think it's not highly promoted. So again, me doing this, coming up with the blue suit, all that is just like, yo, what really matters is being able to home in into that practice, because everything we get, again, it's us homing that into the us, into me, into the individual, kind of being part of the outside right now, being part of the collective, being part of that. So it's like, how do we really put our best us, and knowing that this is going to be us when we're out there, right? And kind of coming back in. So just having that conversation and making sure that it plays out in a really well way, and that our story and what we want to be told is told, right? Because how many times are we just stereotyped, judged, and all that? And it's cool, we get it, but again, 2018, like, we bridging gaps, renovating walls, yo. What I does, let's get it. But yeah, again, wellness from me to you, and yeah, I hope you're able to get down on the practice, and again, share your practice with me, and kind of tag me. It'll be awesome. Kind of get the practice crew going on over here, like, yo, this is what it is. But yeah, blessings. And again, it's, you could do your practice any which way. How it starts, I'm still kind of getting used to the transitions and kind of doing it, because for me, I found it really beneficial of just kind of really recording first of kind of what I'm doing, and then being able to really explain it. But it's just, I just don't really have the resources to do so like that. So doing this would be able to complement all that. Stretching my back out, feeling it on my shoulders. bringing awareness to my body, starting to create that dialogue and that communication. Putting some pressures on my back, kind of bending back with it to the sides. Yeah, this really helps me a lot because, again, when I was younger, I was unfortunate to experience not just one, not just two, but a couple really sorry about that, really bad car accidents. And I don't know if you can hear it, but at times, you know, my body is just kind of snap, crackle, pop. Like you can hear the, you know, the movements of your joints, your bones, your muscles kind of moving, going back into its proper form. Oh, feeling that stretch around my neck. Bringing that attention to it. And again, you know, maybe some of you guys, when you're watching this, is at work or whatever, and you know, sometimes, and I get it, like for me, because I have, you know, maybe I've evolved my practice, but you know, I see it, it's like, holy smokes, I didn't really know it was like, you know, half an hour and plus at times. And it's, you know, you don't really have to do it that long. You can just kind of, you know, do it for like even a minute. You know, they have like, you know, vinyasa, I guess, you know, with the yogas, they got vinyasa, and that's kind of more of your fast pace. Not necessarily fast paced, but it's like all movement, you know, and really focusing on that breathing. And kind of having this, you're able to do it both. I mean, however, whichever you want it, kind of, you know, doing that. But this, I guess, you know, with mine, it's a little bit more of the yin, the restorative, sorry about that, restorative kind of yin practice of yoga. And I mean, you know, all that, I mean, honestly, it's my practice, like, and that's what I'm promoting on it, of being able to have that. And I don't know, in a way, to extend that conversation, right? That conversation and talk on these things that are out here, because it's like, oh, this is it, whatever, and it's just like, yeah, no, you know, you kind of defined it this way, but it's just like, you know, setting those course and taking like, hey, this is me, this is what I want from it, and this is what I take, and this is how I'm gonna regurgitate it, and now it's me, it's, you know, having that. So owning it, making it, creating it, never flaking it. But yeah, kind of following some of these movements though that I see. You know, I don't really know the proper terminologies and stuff like that on it, but I can say it's really beneficial because you can start to really, you know, pinpoint those areas that needs that stretch, that needs that attention, to be able to kind of come in there and breathe into it. looking left and right is really good because you can really get that stretch on your neck as well as your shoulders, your shoulder blades, your back, and then kind of rotating your arms. You can feel that stretch kind of come down. Give you those little spirit fingers, right? Shout out to Will Farrow. Oh yeah. I start to feel it come together. Start with the left. Coming in, grabbing from the inside of my foot. Yeah. Starting to feel that stretch on my left side. Breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth. Coming back out, stretching that, feeling that stretch. Feel that whole stretch on my whole left side. Especially when you extend your hand out like that, you can kind of, it starts to pull on opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Kind of coming back into unity, into the one. How it goes. As you can see, I switch my hand positioning. You can really feel that stretch right here, right around the shoulder, especially for you boxers, people who, professional boxers to like amateurs and anyone who's in that like, you throwing punches over there. MMA, combat sports, anything you use, like, this is going to be so beneficial to you if you're able to kind of come up with your practice, right? But yeah, I can really feel that stretch right here and feels really good. But yeah, big fan of boxing. I like the boxing training. I think I've been a big fan of that. I've been doing that for quite a while. So, this is all through, again, this is all through practice. Like, this has already been tested, I put it through the test, and I would not have come up with these videos. I would not have do these things and share with you if, these things are not relevant or I don't speak the truth. Like, I don't know. We only have so much time to live in the world, right? And why deal with the fake? Why do that? I just, I don't have time for that. I don't want to waste any of my time with that. Feeling that stretch on my whole left side now, kind of coming all around, getting that full rotation around it. kind of, if you can, put your arm in a little bit, and you can start to really feel that stretch right here inside, as well as kind of your foot, excuse me, your knees, kind of your hips, your waist. And on top of this too, like, I get it. It took me a while, you know, to kind of be able to do some of these moves and positionings and postures, you know, to hold it. And, you know, for a second I was only holding it for like, you know, each form maybe, you know, a second or 2 seconds, or just kind of even just getting into it and feeling, you know, your body shake and kind of go into those forms. And that's what you want, that's where it's at, because that's what your body's telling you, like, holy shit, I have this body part, like, you know, I didn't know about this, like, and it's your body waking your body up and saying, hey, this is, I'm here, like, yo, I think you kind of forgot about me, but, you know, we've been here the whole time, just been here. Kicking my leg out, feeling that rotation. And I don't know, it's weird. I know my practice is weird. I didn't know I was going to be doing things like this, but, you know, from with some of the things I've told you and spoke about, kind of touched on, is, you know, some of me going through that, my psyche, and me being able to kind of do the best I can to practice as well as talk about that with you. Hopefully I'm doing a decent job with it, but yeah, it's going. Now switching to the right side. Yeah. Feeling that stretch. Again, I'm breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth. Switching my hand. Sorry about that. Forgot to kind of switch the camera. And switching my hand now to the outside. that whole stretch on my right side. Now extending the whole right side. Feeling that whole stretch on my right side again. Shoulders, arms, elbows, waist. Feeling that whole stretch on my lower back. Introducing that touch. Bringing the right foot up. Feeling that stretch. Feeling that whole stretch even on my left leg. Feeling that stretch. Kicking my right foot out. Having my hands to the side to keep my balance. Ooh, that was a lot faster than expected, because I don't know if you see it over here, but for me, I was kicking over a laptop just now. Stretching that right foot, kicking it out. Bringing hands to center. Coming in. Talking set. Your intentions, your prayers, what you want to say. setting your intentions, where you're at in the practice, coming back down and feeling that whole stretch around my body. Now I'm coming down with it, stretching my neck left and right, pushing it down, have my fingers interlocked, kind of squeezing that out, squeezing that down towards the floor, bringing my hands to the floor, stretching out my legs, my left and right, coming to the side. Maybe I can come this way. Show you guys, stretch those legs out. You know, and for some people who are not as mobile, can't really stand on their, you know, their foot quite yet, and all that stuff. You know, there's these 4 positionings, and you can just hold this for a while, kind of come in almost like you're running, put pressure down, almost, you know, kind of push up, kind of track position, and really start to push your weight down on things, stretch your muscles, your neck out, going left and right, really feeling some of these burns and stretches. Coming back down to kneel, rotate myself here. Stretching my arms around. That feels good. You know what also feels really good on things? When you just lay down. This one's good too. You just lay down and everything I've been talking about. Maybe you just want to listen to what I'm saying, some of the things I'm splurging out, but you know, you can do the same thing of laying down, stretch it all the way out, bringing, you know, kind of stretching your arms, your foot, all the way out towards its limits on things, and kind of hold it, stretch your neck out, you know, your body, and starts, you know, build that conversation and awareness. Excuse me. Doing some of the squats. Feeling that on my legs. Kind of getting it out. And give myself a couple of jumps. Rock my elbows a little bit, you know, and includes my practice. But yeah, kind of promoting that. The difference behind it, you know, you can do it at any age, and yeah, practicing it. But yeah, have a blessing day, and Till next time. Mahalo.